All right, here is a basic tutorial of Google Sites. It should be in your shared with me, but since I created it, it's in my drive. And then when you go in, it should look like this. If you just click on things, you'll see more of how to edit them. So if you go to Pages, you can see the list. Yours each have been built, and I gave you a header and a back to home button. But mine has been built more. I have created a couple videos on how to turn things in if they're on Google. But this is on a computer, so once they get their iPads, I will have to make a new one. This one was just how to use Gmail if that's something you want them to do. Once they have iPads, I made a list of some apps that they might want, and then I created a Google form and put it in here for help, and I have it in the settings to email me each time that there is a new response. And then I've only started building the weeks, but the learning objectives are here, and then I just plan to maybe we can change this to whatever the choice board is, and then the buttons to get to each activity. So, for example, reading, I put in a little note, told them what we are doing this week, our objective, and the task. And then as they scroll down, they find the resources for the task. Math is the one that's the least developed. Just have these resources so far, and that's about it. I haven't added a button yet, so I can show you that I put lesson 1 here with the workbook pages. So I will show you, you have to add a page before you can add a button, like the back to math. You have to have the math page before you add a button, because you have to tell the button where to go. So on math, I didn't have a button, so I'm going to go to Insert, and if I scroll down, there's a lot of more options down here, and I'm going to find Button, and I'm going to call it Lesson 1, and it links to, and this is why I have labeled things like writing 1 MU, because as you scroll and scroll, there's a lot, you just see everything. So I want it to be Lesson 1. And then I insert. And I can stretch the button to be as big or as small as I want it. Oops. Let's go here. And then that's kind of there like that. So then, if you were to preview it, you go and click on it, and you would see that it takes you here. So I'm going to exit. I'm going to delete this and show you how you can add something from Google, because you can't just add a file, you have to add it from your drive. So anything that's saved on your computer, you'll want to move to your drive. So I'm going to delete this, and your drive will pop up. And then it'll be in alphabetical order, so you just have to scroll until you find it. And then Insert. It'll pop up like this, and you can make it bigger. And then this is showing you, the flyaway box is showing you that when you're in web page, if that's there, then when you're here, it's not doing it right now, I think, because I'm in a preview. But you'll be able to click on it, and it'll take you to the actual document. So I'm going to get out of that. Okay, so then to add a page, so let's say I needed to, or here I'll just go to Kylie's class. You click on the 3 dots and you add a subpage. So maybe she wants a week 1. And then that's going to be in, oops. If you need to change what it's called because you messed up, then your 3 dots and you go to Properties, and you can change what it's called. That will not change it here, so you'd have to go back. And then from there, that's where she would go in and insert her button, week 1, and then it's going to be in order from what it is on the pages. So this week 1 is going to be Kylie's because hers is at the top. And then that's there. And if you want to double check that it goes to yours, you can click on that button to see the preview and where it takes you. And it has Kylie's background, so I know that that's hers. If you want to change the background, you can just go here and you can either upload an image or select from their choices. They have just kind of these pre-selected ones, or you can search Google and it'll find something for you. This YouTube search doesn't work very well, so to add videos, it's best to embed and then just do the URL code and it'll pop up. You can do different layouts, but you can also just insert things. So Google Forms was super easy. So I'm going to add a page again to Kylie's. We will each need our own help page because you don't want my class's questions coming into yours. So we each have to make our own Google form for help. But so let's add another subpage. And this one's going to be called Help. So then we go in and we add our button. That's called Help. And again, Kylie's at the top, so hers is Help. And then I might move that over here. And Kylie's going to change all of this how she wants it. But then that Help is there, and she can go in to her Help page. And I will add my form and then take it out just to show you how you can insert it. It's super easy. So then you go down to Google Forms. Anything that's in Google that's not a PDF, you can find easier by these. So Google Forms, it'll pop up with just your forms. So then you insert your help request. And again, you can move it to be whatever size you want. And it can take them, open it to a new tab. But you don't it doesn't have to. And then there's that. So then deleting anything you want to get rid of is super easy. You just click delete. I'm going to check through my page real fast and see if there's anything else that I might have missed. Oh, I'll show you how to do the collapsibles. So if you have, it doesn't really matter where I insert it because I can delete it. Let's go here. So collapsible text, it enters like this, so then that would be our learning objectives for the week. And then whatever you type is there, and then they just click on it. And you can bold it and change what it looks like a little bit. And so I'm going to delete that. The reason I used collapsible text was to assign different things to kids. And so for social studies, what I did for these activities was to give them some ideas, have them read it, answer the questions on Seesaw, and make this. So this would be part of their choice board, I guess. And then for each one, I assigned a third of the class. And so I put their names there to find which one is theirs. And then I made these into a PDF so that, oops, hold on. So that they can access the document for reading, but I was also going to put that on Seesaw. And then it's not letting me scroll here. But you can scroll through and see the pages. So if families want to print them, I'm doing it this way as a PDF so that they can open in a new tab, go to Google Documents and print it and have less screen time. So that alleviates a little bit of that problem. Oops, I got all the way out. So I think that's really it. If you have any questions, just let me know. Text, images, embedding, Drive. So that, remember, is also URLs for videos. I don't recommend using this YouTube. I haven't found anything I was looking for on there. And then I haven't used table of contents. I showed you collapsible text. I have not used an image carousel because I haven't had images. The buttons, dividers just pop up a line and divide some things. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. If you have questions specifically, let me know. Oh, if you like a page of mine and you want to copy it, you can. So maybe you want just my reading, but you probably don't want reading. Maybe you wanted social studies. Maybe math. Math doesn't have kids' names. So then you can do my 3 dots and duplicate page. Decide what you want to call it. So maybe you're calling it Math 1 Booth. Done. It's down here, so then you just drag it and move it where you want it. And then that pops it there, and she can add a button. So now there are 2, although you have to be careful. When you make a copy of a page, you have to go into the buttons and change them because this is still attached to My Week 1. So you would want to then move that, erase the whole thing, and go to Week 1 because that's Boots. But she also might want to then go in, and I'll delete these pages I added for her, but go in and add your labels of which week and your class code, just to be helpful. So that is Google Site in under 12 minutes. Sorry it was a little bit long. Let me know if you need any help.